Cool, so as with every course that we offer, the first thing that we're gonna start off with is teaching range safety. Not just range safety, but safety in terms of having a firearm and being a person in everyday society, whether it be a man or a woman. We've got to understand the 4 weapon safety rules. Treat, never, keep, keep. If you've heard me say this, then you're going to continue to hear me say this. But if we do this first thing correctly, treat every weapon as if it were loaded, that's going to alleviate 99% of all other issues. Now, if I was to pick this rifle up right here, aside from the fact that it does not have a magazine in it, do you know if it's loaded or unloaded? The answer is no, you do not know, because you don't see if there's something in the chamber or not. I know that it's unloaded because I checked it before this class, and now you can see the same thing for yourself. Fact of the matter is, everyone else around you does not know that. And regardless of if it is or is not unloaded, it's still a rifle and it has perceptions based around it. So I don't want to take this out and be flagging people around me and aiming this in an unsafe manner where people are going to have bad perceptions of it. Because let's face it, in today's society, you can get shot doing that. But more importantly is if we just treat it as if it were loaded, that's going to take away the mindset that it's okay to aim it wherever we want and be belligerent with this rifle. So at all times, I should be treating it as if it were loaded. That means I'm keeping my finger off the trigger. I'm not pointing it in an unsafe direction, which goes into never point your weapon at anything you don't intend to shoot. But the rule of thumb is if you're not shooting at a target, aim it at the ground, because what comes up must come down. And if you hit the ground, at least that bullet is going to put most of its energy in the ground before you rather than in the sky where it may come down on somewhere bad like a church. Right? We don't want that bullet going up because it's got to come down somewhere and we don't know where that may be. Keep your finger straight and off the trigger until you're ready to fire. So in our courses, we're going to keep our fingers straight and off the trigger. You want to be careful not so high up that we're depressing that magazine release button, but we don't want it down here where it could fall on the trigger. If we're running and we trip, we're going to pull that trigger. That's a bad day, right? So we want that finger straighten off the trigger to ensure that if something happens, we don't accidentally pull it prematurely. It's 2024, and as time goes on, triggers seem to get lighter and lighter. I barely pull it and click, it goes off, right? So we don't want to accidentally have our finger on the trigger where we could accidentally discharge it. There are 2 types of people. Those who have accidentally or negligently discharged a firearm, and those who have not yet. And complacency is the difference between those 2 people, right? Next one, keep your weapon on safe until you are ready to fire. Most of our pistols do not have safeties on it, but our ARs do, or our carbines do. So you see my safety's on fire right now. That's a bad day. If we're not ready to shoot, it should always be on safe. That's going to be that added layer of safety in case something bad happens and you accidentally touch that trigger when you don't intend to. You want to make sure it's on safe until you're up on your target, ready to fire, then we put it on safe and get on that trigger. Okay, so weapon on safe until you're ready to fire. And then lastly, know your target and what lies beyond it. We talked about it in the pistol course, but if a 9mm bullet can penetrate on average 18 inches, you better believe that a 5.56 bullet or a 2.23 is going to penetrate much more than that. This bullet's going to go a long ways. So we want to make sure that just because we can't see where the bullet may go, we don't assume that it will be a safe environment. We got to know our target and what lies beyond it, and even understand that even if we hit someone that we're aiming at, the bullet could go through them and into someone else. So there's a lot of safety considerations, all right? The last one I'll say is, I talked about aiming at the ground. That does not mean I think it's okay to aim at your own self or your foot. So at no time should your hand or your body be in front of the muzzle, and at no point in time should it be okay for you to be aiming at your feet or your buddy's feet, all right?